One of the ways that we can get really good at touch is to pay a lot of attention to the quality of our experience while we are touching. So in order to be able to do that, we have to learn how to be present in our hands or whatever part of our body is the main instrument of touch. So I'm going to introduce you right now to a really simple technique for waking up your touch. And what it involves is having an inanimate object in your hand. What works really well is if you can throw a few different random objects into a basket. It's fun to do this with other people, so that way they could put objects in and you won't know what all of them are. But even if you're by yourself, just go ahead and grab anything that's nearby. I've got a rock, a lighter, and a pen all handy, and I'm going to just put them down here. And I'm going to go ahead, close my eyes, and whichever place my hand lands first, that's what I'm going to go with. All right, I've got the rock. And what we want to do here is, first and foremost, just start by receiving the object. Let it be in your hand. Notice the weight, the temperature, the shape of it, the size of it, not with your eyes, but with your tactile sense. Having your eyes closed is actually a really optimal way to do this practice so that you can focus on the experience in your hand. Letting that object be there, letting yourself be in connection with that object, and really being open to all the aspects of that experience is what we're going for here. And then slowly begin to move the object around in a single hand, if possible, exploring the contours of it, the texture. Notice if there's anything about what you are touching that gets you curious, maybe even fascinated. Often it's some little anomaly. Like there is a slight chink in this rock, and when I rub my finger over it, it gives me a different textural experience. And I like that. It's interesting. Think about how that same thing could apply to a human body. You know, so often we, from a cultural standpoint, are worried about things being perfect. But it's the imperfections and it's the quirks and the idiosyncrasies that often are the most interesting and delightful. So after a time exploring with one hand, you can bring the other hand into the mix. Moving the object between your hands might give you even more access to different layers of experience. And really, this is a practice of noticing what you notice, staying curious and engaged, allowing yourself to be receiving as much as you are giving. So receiving this experience, receiving the input, the feedback, as much as you are touching, you're being touched here. And from that place, you can start to move the object elsewhere on your body if you are inspired. Notice what that's like as you move across different surfaces. Skin, soft flesh, bony contours, fabric, hair. You might take this object and run it across some random body part, like I'm doing with this rock and my eyebrows. Notice what it's like if you hold the object at different angles while exploring touch. The intention here, when we talk about waking up your touch, is to bring your full awareness, your full presence, really stay in that space of wonder, the, wow, what's this going to be like? Wow, how cool. And we can often lose that because we haven't taken the time to cultivate it. What was naturally there for us as children when we could get fascinated with a shoestring or a cardboard box, that goes away over time because we don't tend to it. So this is an invitation to tend to your sense of wonder in relation to touch. Staying curious and staying fascinated, whether it's with an inanimate object, your own body, or a lover's body, is going to really help you up-level your touch skills exponentially. So use this as a warm-up, and then there'll be more technique to come in some of the other videos about how you can bring even more skill to your touch game. Enjoy.